What's up, you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at Nvidia as the primary stock for the semiconductors analysis here. We'll spend a lot of time on Nvidia because we do see some slowdown today, and that is coming in very close to the previous tops here. So what is the price action telling us, and what are the key levels to watch for potential continuation in the push to the upside, or shall we expect some sort of sell-off here? And we'll talk about what sell-off, will that just be a pullback, or what are the levels to watch, and are we going to still be bullish, all those things, right? And then we'll also talk about, guys, AMD, ARM, SMCI, Micron, Broadcom. What are these stocks looking like today, what they are doing, and do they still have gas in them to keep going higher and higher? We'll talk about all of that. So guys, with that, please hit the like and subscribe, and also please note, none of this is any financial advice and is only for education purposes. All right, so let's start it off with Nvidia. So today, as I said, we are seeing some sell-off, well, or slowdown, I should say. It's not a sell-off, it's a slowdown. But what I want to first bring your attention to that is, guys, we are still in an uptrend. We are still on pivots on the daily interval, higher lows, higher highs. All right, nothing has changed there. So as we are still above this level now of 922 on swing side, Nvidia is still bullish. So that pullback, just a pullback. Yes, this sell-off can be treated as intraday sell-offs, like we treated these sell-offs as intraday sell-offs or short plays intradays. But on the swing, bulls have still a lot of control. We have higher highs, higher lows. But we'll talk about that, if that sell-off going to happen or what, right? So even on intraday. So now this is, I'm on hourly interval, and we still have those pivots as the swing. Right, we still are going in this trend line. Nvidia has so much room for the bulls on the swing that even if, let's say, pullback comes to 922, they still have a buying zone support of all that 50 days, 20 days moving average, 200 hours moving average, and so forth. Right, but take profits in the extensions, little bit size out. All right, but anyways, now that's the scene right now on the swing. But let's go to the 5 minutes interval and let's talk about some potential intraday moves, right? Is that a cool off possible? So as we are seeing that Nvidia a little bit slowed down today, right? Yes, it found the support again at our day trading levels plus and all of that good stuff. We still got all those wicks, we got this double bottom, right? But at the same time, we are failing to continue higher, right? It seems like it has started to reject at the level of 955. We went as high as almost 960, not far away from 975 anymore, the all-time highs. So the thing is that intraday cool off is only applicable on Nvidia if we lose 946. Then you can expect the sell-off or cool-off down to the level of, not saying all the way 922, but in that direction at least, so like 940 or so, and then you have to see where we find next support, right? But yes, take the profits in the extensions on the swing. On intraday, I mean, on intraday, this is the, pretty much the trade, like double bottoms, and then take profits out in the overhead resistance. All right, I mean, if we are not getting above today 955, it's unlikely that we will see a continuation today, and tomorrow we might see either again choppiness or sell off or cool off, at least to some levels lower down, but intraday only cool off. This will be pullbacks on the swing. For that, on Nvidia, weakness will start coming in if we lose $946 range. All right, otherwise we are still standing strong. Nvidia is still standing strong, guys. All right, so that's Nvidia. Let's go over other semiconductors, and the thing is that, guys, definitely I would expect some slowdown anywhere close to these previous tops. Okay, I would expect that. Next week we have earnings that will change the technicals completely. We'll have a new chart, or however we will see, but Nvidia is still very strong. All right, so let's go to the AMD right now. So With AMD, you already know that I was still able to get out profitable on this short position that I opened with my partial taken profits here, and remaining I sized out in the stop loss zone. But as I have been saying that, guys, if this has confirmed as a pivot, that's why I closed my short position. And I expect this thing to continue higher, like level by level. We got 156 and then we were talking about 162. We even got above that today. Now with AMD, yes, we are testing 50 days moving average here. So, but what this blue box that we had was a major resistance that AMD is already out of. Again, take partial profits out. You should take partial profits out here as well. You should take partial profits out here as well, right? Once you are in the position with the pivot, these are the places to take long positions with the stop loss on the other side and take partial profits out as we keep going higher and higher. But anyways, as for the structure, we are bullish since we are also above that strong resistance zone of 162 area. That zone becomes a zone of pullback. So if we cool off and still stays above 162, AMD is still bullish. All right. ARM. So ARMs, I'm seeing some cool off here at this previous resistance level. Now I was saying that yes, right over here when we had this pivot, I mentioned that there's a chance we will get to the blue box up there or the upper side of that blue channel over here, right? We got that, and then 3 days into it, any pullback that I mentioned, that pullbacks are fine as long as we hold the levels of the structure of 109 and 92 cents and 112 and 51 cents. So right now we are rejecting at 50 days moving average from last 2 days. Last, well, 4 days pretty much, and seeing some slowdown. Now it all comes down to here, like take the profits in the extension, and all it comes down to that if ARM now loses 112 and 51 cents because it is trying from 4 days. If we lose now 112 and 51 cents and also 110 eventually, then that's a problem on this side. That's the move, and that would be it, right? So going to the hourly interval, I'm seeing some cool off might be imminent here because we have also started to form a lower high. All right, so accordingly, watch if we come down to 112 and 49 cents, but if we get above 159 and 52 cents, there's again possibility of continuation back to the upside. All right, Broadcom. So let's go to the daily interval first. Broadcom all-time highs, testing that pretty much, and we have been talking about that, guys. This is bullish, pivots are forming. This is going to stay bullish, and this is going super strong as well. This is not bearish, but yes, we are at all-time highs again, testing that. So this is the place you can take either side of trade, intraday or, well, at this point long intraday. Sure, if you see a good breakout above 1438, you can play this breakout intraday. If you see this thing again, and stop loss on the other side, guys, okay? However you do the stop loss. But if you want to play short here, have a stop loss up here somewhere, and then you can try to play level by level down. Again, at these places, you can easily trade both sides with the stop loss on either direction because these are like the at the top place, right? These are the breakout plays, so you can really play on either side with your stop loss on the other side. But we are still fully bullish in the structure. Any pullback, if it comes to 1400, that's just a pullback on it. Broadcom has a lot of room to stay bullish still. But again, right now I'm seeing some sell-off at the top, but is it making it bearish fully? No. And yeah, even on a short side, if you want to try to play that, I would say wait for at least break of 20 hours moving average to the downside. Otherwise, this is still strong enough. If it wants to continue higher, it can. Yeah, so your downside would be if you lose 20 hours moving average and with $1,425 or something, $1,425 or something. All right, let's take a look at SMC. Well, before, let's take a look at SMCI first, and then we'll take a look at Micron. So SMCI, also the same thing we talked about, that it has formed a pivot. I covered, well, I pretty much closed all the short position I had. And yeah, and SMCI, guys, pivot, and we have been talking about that this is going to go higher. We have gotten that. Now we are seeing a rejection at 50 days moving average. But here's the thing, the structure is still bullish. If we hold above 910, we are still bullish. Even if we pull back down but hold above 856, structure on the swing is still bullish. But what you can do is, if we lose 910, there is an intraday short possible, play to 856. Only intraday play though. Otherwise, yeah, if we hold any of these levels on swing 911 and 855, they will start to again become a bullish play. And then those levels, you have to look at the lower time frames to identify if the price action is forming consolidations, supports, wicks forming at the bottom, to play intraday longs, right? Or accordingly short, whichever direction you're playing. All right, guys, last talk for this video is Micron. So Micron, you are aware that I took this short play, great move, great money made, no problem there. And then I covered all the position because I was seeing a structural change happening with this pivot over here. And I already mentioned that once we form this pivot, guys, expect this thing to just continue higher level by level. And we got to the all-time highs at 130 almost. So over here, similar things like Broadcom. If you want to play short here, just again, I don't see any confirmation of short, but if you're looking for that, then stop loss on the other side. But if you're trying to play bullish, then you can play the intraday breakout of this all-time highs. I mean, I do expect a cool off after such a run, and we are at the top already of, but I would say things are just not going to plummet like that, at least on hourly interval. This may go through some consolidation a day or two. You can watch the break of 20 hours moving average for any confirmation to the downside, but not anything else. On this structure is still intraday bullish, but this was the play, guys. This was the move. This is the time to take profits. If the positions were taken around as we were calling about, the pivots are forming, it will continue higher. This is the time to start taking partial profits. This is not the time to start a new long big position. No, this is the time to take profits. All right, and try to play intraday or a little bit of positions and try out other things. But the time to take positions is like down here when we are confirming the pivots, and then this is the time to take profits in the extensions. Guys, that's all for this video. If you found it helpful, valuable, hit the like, subscribe, and with that, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.